Hi everyone, surprise, a little Sunday crafting. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to wait just a moment to see who's going to join me this morning. Well, no, it's this afternoon here, at least for me. It's 1 o'clock, a little after 1. So, hey, I hope you're all doing well. I had a really great and productive Saturday. I actually cleaned up this dirty, filthy, disgusting house. That's what my friend's daughter always says every week when they clean their already clean house. Anyway, so I cleaned up my dirty, filthy, disgusting house and did some grocery shopping and actually had some friends over to sit around the fire pit until the fire pit went out, either through wind or we're needing some more natural gas or propane out there. Anyway, it was very, very chilly. But it was very fun. And my friend she brought some stuff and made this yummy cocktail. It was perfect for the fire pit. It was cranberry juice, spiced apple cider, and this stuff called something like Dr. McGillicuddy's apple pie liqueur. It was good. Not overly crazy, not overly alcoholic, just kind of nice to be drinking, sitting out by fire pit with some friends, almost like old times. It's nice weather here for January, but it's still January and the wind was blowing. Otherwise it would have been perfect. Anyway, you know what? I am jumping on here this morning. I see I've already got a typo. No big deal. I can fix that later in my description. But I'm just jumping on to do a card with you that I just cased, and I had so much fun with it. So I hope you enjoy it. And while I'm doing this, hey, Donna, I know this is an odd time for me, so it's so nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. I've been an avid viewer of you the last couple of weeks. You've been doing fantastic inspirational work, so I thank you for that. So today, this is also an inspirational card. It was Amy from Amy's Creative Wishes posted it. You know, if you've been watching me regularly, you know that she's on here a lot, commenting and saying hello and whatnot. And she has started doing live videos. And so I was watching one and I was just inspired to make this card, and then I loved it so much that I wanted to make another one. And while I was doing that, I thought, why not bring my friends along? So this is just it's a little diorama card. I think it's just beautiful. Amy used the Dragonfly Wishes. She also cased it from someone, and she noted that on her video. You can go over there and watch hers too if you want. She did a fantastic job and gave us the measurements. And anyway, I used a wobbler, and I also used, always thinking about Valentine's Day right now, I used the Lots of Heart, which is, I think, a fantastic year-round stamp set, because lots of times we're sending thoughts of love, right? Yeah. So why wouldn't we want to use hearts? And, oh, this is the cutest bird. We're going to use it. But take a look at these. Some of these are just very all occasion, very great. It's a stamp set with hearts and flowers. Not too flowery though. It can go masculine or feminine, and some great little sentiments. I like strip type sentiments a lot, and so it works perfectly for that. So let's put another one of these cards together, but with a different color combination. I have a couple of brothers, and they would not be opposed to getting this card at all, but sometimes I do like to make more neutral colors, just because I get tired of making everything pinks and reds. This is Rococo Rose, and I like to show the versatility of the products, and that a gray, in this case, a gray Valentine's diorama card is going to be just as beautiful as a Rococo Rose. So this in particular is Sahara Sand. Sahara Sand, for those of you in Australia or you fancy types. And so anyway, this is how we're going to do it. And I will, I think I've noted up here. Yeah, I'm going to note in my description with no typos, Amy's page. So you can go watch her rendition of it if you would like. Okay, so we have here, this is also kind of paper friendly because you only use a quarter sheet of both of these papers to make this card. Both of these are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, a quarter sheet US size, or I guess wherever you're working from, whatever your measurements, use a quarter sheet. Okay, I have, of course, the solid cardstock, Sahara sand, and then I have this beautiful designer series paper. Let me show you where it is in the catalog. I always like that as a reference. Because sometimes the visuals get lost, right? There's so many beautiful things. So these papers are part of the Love You Always suite, okay? We will be using the foil, which is Take Your Breath Away Beautiful. This is, well, a leftover piece, partial piece of the Sahara sand. And then we will be using this Love You Always designer series paper. And same colors as the foil, okay? So very easy to coordinate, as always, with Stampin' Up! Products. We may bring this ribbon in too. I kind of forgot about that. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, I'm in love with it. I think it would have been too much on Rococo Rose, but we may bring this in. I always have to have some sparkle. I don't care if it's for my brothers, my Muay Thai martial arts brothers. They will get some sparkle. Okay, so what we want to do, oh, and then also you can have a piece for the back of your card to write a sentiment. I've forgotten the measurements already. It is 3 1/4 by 4, I believe. Yeah, 3 1/4 by 4. Very easy measurements, right? Okay, so first what I want to do is I want to score both of these by a 1/2 inch and then 1 inch on both sides. Okay, that's what's going to make our little crimping along our edges. And this will fold flat and go into an envelope. I think mine, because I used a wobbler, is going to need a piece of cardstock put in front of it, kind of to protect it. But other than that, it'll be fine. Now I'm going to use the scoring blade. And just like Amy mentions, this was a great thing that she mentioned, which was go light when you are scoring designer series paper, because it's a lighter weight than your cardstock. And you can easily cut through the paper with your scoring blade. So it needs an easier touch, right? And over here, the thing I love about our paper trimmer is that we've got up to about 1 1/4 measurements on the left-hand side easily. So if you just want those short measurements, you can do it right over here. Very easy. Okay, and then 1 inch. I hope Amy comes on here, but this is a weird time. I know, ladies, you're like, what in the world? Oh, hi, Mary Ellen. You're taking a plane trip. Good for you. I'll forget how to act when I finally get back on a plane. I hope you have a great visit. That sounds really nice. Okay, here. Well, hi, Denise. I know we were just chatting briefly this morning, and you know, you would think that I had all this stuff planned, but no, sometimes I don't know what I'm going to do. I am allowing myself to just play and design in the craft room today. So much fun. So this is where it led me. Okay, I think we might be done with that. Of course, if you have the Score Buddy, I don't remember exactly what it's called, you can use that as well for your scoring. Okay, now that I have that, we need something for the front, right? To be the diorama. No, diorama. I was thinking of a Roomba. Something totally different, right? Totally different, Lisa. And I don't have one yet, but I'm thinking of getting one. But you know what? I think the dogs would really just lose their minds if I got a Roomba. So, okay. And I'm just going to put this here. And I don't know if you can see it, but I can easily see the score marks there. So I don't think I need any more assistance in trying to center this. I'm going to do what Amy did, but you could choose a number of different shapes. But I'm going to choose the third largest circle, which is always a little confusing here because the way the circles stack up. But this is the layering circles. Sorry, they're so close to the camera you can't see them. So I'm going to choose the third largest circle and the second largest scallop, so that you kind of know which one pretty easily, because it fits inside it really nicely. Just 1 minute. Once I get it here, there. Okay. And I will give you the measurement of this circle. Like I said, the way that they are stacked on my magnet, they don't go in complete descending order. So I have to use my noggin on that. Let's see here. What do we have? We have a die cut that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 5/8. Okay, so from edge to edge, so your circle is a little bit smaller than that, but from edge to edge on this die cut, 2 5/8. Okay, and then just get the scallop that fits around it. Okay, now that you have that, we're just using the circle on the patterned piece. And of course, it doesn't need to be in the middle. If you wanted, you know, a bigger portion down here for a sentiment that's in particular that you wanted to use, just think ahead, think to that, and then put your die cut down here. Oh no, you forgot your earbuds. That's a killer. That's a killer. You know what I found is I just have an Apple earbuds. It's kind of hard to hear on the plane anyway. I think you really need like noise canceling headphones. And then, you know, I don't travel that much, so especially not right now. Save this for something else, or you can incorporate it into your design somehow. That works too. I think I got it mostly centered, but it doesn't matter. There's going to be a lot of activity on this card. Okay, so this is our front piece. Then I need some more Sahara sand, and I am going to cut that scallop out, and that's what finishes it. See here, just a nice finish to the edge. It's icing on the cake. Like, you don't need it, but I think it adds a lot. And of course, I learned it from Amy, right? So this is one reason why the layering dies are such must-haves if you do any sort of die cutting with your creating, because the layering shapes go with everything. There's a variety of sizes, right, on purpose, and I think these are the best ones to start with. In fact, the stitched shapes I recommend all the time to first-time die cutters, and I still agree with that. But then you can branch out, get different shapes, and isn't that adorable? Now we have a perfectly matched scallop to go around our circle. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I also want to die cut the cutest little bird that is also in the dies. You get 15 dies with this, so you can do so many different things. I use this in a current class just as single hearts, and you get the solid heart, plus then you get the outlines, so they can just be sprinkled all over your little Valentine's cards. But let's take this bird here. And yes, I did lose a nail. By the way, I just realized it when I was picking this up. I was like, oh God, they're going to see my ugly nail. I busted it opening something. Oh, opening my ice cube tray. So weird. Thank goodness I'm going to the nail doctor on Tuesday, I believe. Nail doctor, help me. Okay, so this bird cuts out with one pass. The little wing is part of the bird. Hello, ladies. People coming on. Hi, Debbie, and thank you so much for sharing. Debbie, you are one of my tried and true sharers. I appreciate that so much. If anybody else is feeling like sharing, I would so appreciate it. It helps my business so much. And also, wouldn't you like to let your friends know? What if you have a friend who would love to paper craft with you but you don't know it until you share some lives. You may have a fast friend in your Facebook group and not even know it. So let's find out, shall we? Share this video. And also, since it's kind of at an odd time during the day, we might get different people on. I think that's always fun. Well, thank you, Kathy. And hello to you too. So nice to see you today. Little Sunday live, right? I started the morning by sleeping in, which I think is really fantastic. And then some of you may have seen my post. I sat on the couch. This is not a good way to start the day, but I sat on the couch and I watched the reunion part 1 of Real Housewives of OC. Very important viewing. I can't believe I haven't watched it before now. Well, I had friends over, so that's my excuse. Thank goodness I was actually interacting with people. And then of course the dogs got on me and they were looking out the window. I was basically in the spot they like to sit in during the day, but you know what? Yeah, I'm that mom. I kick them out of that spot when I want it. Tango likes to think it's his, you know, the chaise part of my sectional is his, and it's just not. It's just not, Tango. Okay, one thing I want to do with this ahead of time that it's not a must do, but I think it would help me center my stamping a little bit better. So I am going to very lightly pencil this out a little bit. I don't even need the full circle, but once you fold these and burnish them, then it's just a little harder to visualize where the center of this is. So like I said, if you forget, like I did the first time, that's okay. You just got done shoveling the back for Gracie. Good for you, Kathy. Little Gracie has short legs. She needs some help with that, doesn't she? Okay, this is basically going to be just a W fold, right? Mountain Valley, whatever you want to call it, on both sides. And I'm going to give it a nice little quick burnish. Same thing with the front. They will match up nicely. And these aren't complicated measurements and complicated scoring. So I think it's pretty easy to make a lot of them. Obviously, I made one and then I was like, oh, I'm hot on this now. I love it. So there you go. Okay, this may go. Actually, this is how it's going to go in the end, but that's okay. It's just extra folds. Like I've said before, when you do this kind of fun folds and scoring and all that, it really is best to have nice, sharp creases. You know, you get your bone folder out and use it because it's very handy. Okay, so this is how it's going to go together, okay? That's it. That's how simple that is. Okay, let's do some stamping on the inside because this is a diorama, right? And so you know people are going to be looking in there. So while you don't get like a huge visual, people are still going to look at this card, and I want to be clever and stamp inside. And I believe Amy was clever and stamped inside as well. So I'm not making this part up. But I am going to just keep it tonal, right? Still just Sahara Sand. Sunday morning, I don't want to think too hard about this. So I am going to use, I do think I need to clean this. I was so excited. I didn't even clean these. Ooh, my sponge is almost dry. My chamois almost dry. That's okay. You don't need much to clean it up. And it wasn't black. It was just Rococo Rose. So I think we're going to be fine. Time will tell. So I'm going to use this cute heart that's just made out of dots. Now you might want to flatten this a little bit. Get it out of the way of your stamping, right? So I'm going to make sure that I have a little bit of heart in front and down below. And then I take the flowers and put some of those in there. I think this is an adorable little flower stamp. It's one of those little stamps that you're going to just grab out of the set and use with all sorts of other sets, right? Same with the solid little heart. In fact, what I want to do on the back of this, oh no, I can't. I'm going to have white. Okay, scratch that. I was going to put a little heart on the back, but I don't need it because we're going to decorate the back this way. Okay. Oh, I forgot to die cut my, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. It's okay. We don't have to die cut everything all at once. Okay, that's all I want really there. Now I want to stamp on white. That is the back, so I don't want to stamp on that. I want to stamp on white my heart and my sentiment, and also anything that I want on the back. I think this is going to be perfect size for, well, let's see. I probably have, oh my gosh, you have to save your strips. Save your strips. They're so good. Usually you're cutting from a larger piece of paper and you're sizing it down, right? So this strip is already a great straight measurement. It's so much easier than trying to cut a strip on purpose that is this size. I mean, you can do it, but why throw away this stuff? Okay, so we need just a little note. I do like the sentiments kind of interlock, right? And you can use them together, but I like just a little note. It can lead to so many things. Just a little note. Thank you. Just a little note. You're all heart. All sorts of stuff like that. That's stamped a little. Ink looks a little uneven. Let's try that again. Another good reason to have a strip, right? You just keep going down the way. And if you don't get it right on the first side, you can turn it over. So what is everyone doing with their day? For some of you, it's Monday, right? For some of you, it's still Sunday. I think later on, I'm going to watch Emma Goddard. In fact, I might be missing her right now. I don't know. But don't run over there and check. You have to stay with me. You started with me. You have to stick with me. Okay, and then my heart in the same color. And I wanted this on white though, because, you know, it stamps differently than stamping on Sahara Sand cardstock. Everything makes it look a little bit different, even though, you know, it's still the same ink color. That's pretty. I like that. And I also want a couple of these flowers. Oops. Okay. I did one on the front and one on the back. Good enough. I'm going to do a third just in case something is amiss. Yeah, you need a spare just in case. Hello, Natasha. Nice to see you. So the last time I stamped it, one of my die cuts was slightly off. And then I'm always like, why don't you just make another one? You can stamp another one at the same time. It's so easy. All right, so let's die cut these now that we have this stuff ready to go. And then I think that's it. But it's super fun to be able to use all these great die cuts. This really is a good little bundle. And I didn't tell you what page it's on, but I will. Just so in case you've forgotten, in case you've been under a rock, it is Celebration this month and next month. And oh my gosh, the Celebration catalog is so fantastic. I have helped myself to at least one of everything. It's like a smorgasbord, and I might go back. So here's the deal with Celebration. For every $50 in product that you purchase, you get to make a choice of a free item that you cannot buy. You have to earn it. It's in a special Celebration flyer. So first things first, if you do not have that flyer and you would like one, and catalogs as well. If you live in the United States and you don't already have a demonstrator, I would love to help you out. So you can just message me and send me your address, and those will be out in the mail. Okay, second thing is the earnings build upon themselves. So you just don't get to choose one thing. If you spend $100, you can choose kind of a deluxe item that requires $100 in purchase, or you can choose two $50 items, and so on. It just keeps going. We have a couple of things in the flyer that are $100 that are, man, winners with a capital W. And then we have lots of $50 things that are winners with a capital W also. So it's kind of hard to choose, but that's the hardest part about Celebration. That's it. Now, I wanted to help celebrate too in my own way. So what I'm doing is for customers that purchase $150 in product from me through one order or through many orders in January and February by the end of Celebration, you get invited to an online celebration. See what I did there? And it's going to involve some surprises, but that little party will be centered around a certain stamp set called Approaching Perfection, which is a birthday stamp set, and it is a celebration stamp set. So you will be receiving that stamp set as part of the party. You'll be receiving all sorts of supplies. We're going to play bingo and other stuff that I don't really want to tell about because some of it's a surprise and some of it's planned. So anyway, I hope that interests you. The best way to follow that kind of stuff is to sign up for my email. I do post the link to that occasionally here on my page, but also you can just go to thestampingzoo.com and sign up for it, or again, message me. I can send you the link directly. Whatever. I just want to make it easy and fun. Okay, back to our card now. We've done our die cutting. We have our little stash of die cuts over here, right? We have the base. We have this. Oh, so many pretty things. One thing I want to grab. Remember I told you we might have some sparkle. Let's try some Wink of Stella on this. I don't want to blur the lines, so I was waiting for it to dry a little bit. Okay. So Wink of Stella is just glitter in a brush pen, right? It's so fun, so easy. It dries super quickly. You can add a little or a lot. You can paint an image like I'm doing here, or you can just run a little strip of it around the edge of a card, and it really catches the light. The only bad thing is I don't think it shows very well on camera, but it's so pretty. And that's kind of why I like it for this card, if I'm making it for my brothers, is it's subtle. It's more of like a shimmer, right? Hope you can see some of that, but just trust me if you can't, it's good. So just a little note, sent with lots of heart. Oh, I put my ink away. That was too quick. Okay. That's a little uneven. That's happening. You guys have been watching me for, you know that I re-inked all of my ink pads, and so that's kind of just a side effect of that. I think it ends up being fine once it kind of moves around, but that one's better. I like that one. Y'all, sometimes you wish you were my customer and not a hobby demo. Well, my team gets to join too. They have their own goals, and if they reach their goals, then they get to participate as well. Oh, you love the wink. I know, the wink is good. The wink is good. Let's see here. Well, I don't need to clean all those right now. Yeah, I don't need to bore you with that. Now, I do have, I think I got that wobbler out and then promptly like placed it somewhere. I don't know. But you know what? I have so many more. So this is not something that Stampin' Up! Sells. It's just a little wobbler. You can buy them by the package in all different sizes on Amazon. And it's basically just a little spring right there. So let's get our heart ready. So I think you can do it two different ways, but there's like a flexible piece and a hard plastic piece. I use the flexible piece to put that onto the back of my image. Just seems to be easier because this is the piece that you're trying to peel and put on paper and all that business. And then how I stick it on is just kind of, sorry, I got to get my head in here. In this case, I want it to just kind of be centered until it's not, until it, oh, look, there it is. It was hiding in there. But anyway, there's not really a wrong way to do that. And if you want your heart to rest at an angle, then just do that. I think that's fun too. Not everything needs to be symmetrical by any means. A little asymmetry adds a lot of interest to cards. And then it's easier if you use your take your pick tool, but I was being lazy. Now I have this circle, right, that I put for myself. So I know kind of where I'm laying this. And finally, whoa. Well, I'm going to have a little angle. Apparently I got that one at an angle. That's okay. And then I'm going to remove some of the pencil mark. I don't want to hurt my wobbled heart. That's a new one, right? Your wobbled heart. I didn't want to hurt that, but then you just take the pencil mark off. Oops, I see a little more over here. And nobody knows but you and whoever's watching you on live. Okay. Now I want to add a little bit of adhesive to the back of this. I'm just going to use regular seal. And, oh, I did one other little thing. I brought in the blends and I colored just a few areas of these flowers. They're so cute. So I just made them a little more visible, I guess. You can have fun with this. And gosh, imagine if you were doing this Valentine with lots of different colors. Oh my gosh. I may have to do that. You could make the heart out of, you wouldn't have to stamp it. You could just die cut it from glimmer paper. Oh man. You know, I used glimmer paper for some of my Valentines maybe a week or 10 days ago on a live, and I did post them over to Pinterest too, but I love those cards. I'm going to make some more of those cards. They're black. Basically, they're black card bases with rainbow glimmer paper accents, again, from these dies. So if you want another idea of how to use this bundle, step on over there and you'll see quite a different image. Okay, so now I want one of these little guys. Whoops. Over here, I want to show it off. Okay, and then I am going to use, so I have some foam adhesive sheet here. I'm just going to cut a little strip of that. Last time on this one I used this little edge piece that was, it appears like it would not work for anything, but just keep a hold of that stuff. It works. It's handy. You know what? I want to make that a little thicker, actually. I really want to support that sentiment. So, I don't know what I was thinking. And then this here. Hi, Linda. How are you doing? Well, you are my customer sometimes, Kathy. There we go. most importantly, you're my friend. Oh gosh, Natasha, thank you for letting me know. Oh gosh, that's so fun. Look, we're inspiring a little card maker, huh? I love it. Okay, so this is going to go on the front of this. Oh, no. I need my scallop first, don't I? Gosh, where did that thing go? Again, I set these things aside, and then sometimes I find them after I make the card, and I'm like, oh, right, I wanted that. Okay, our scallop. Our finishing piece. Diamond painting. Interesting, Kathy. Well, I know you have been working up a storm making cards. I hope you post a picture of diamond painting. I don't really know what that is, so I will be interested to see it. It's another hobby of yours. How fun. Okay, so this guy. See, I got that a little lower than I wanted if I were doing it that way, but I'm just going to do this. And then all of a sudden, I like it. As long as I have room for my bird. Perfect. Okay, that's good. Now I can put the sentiment on that I was so excited about. I have just a tiny bit of adhesive sheet in the back here. I don't want to see that. You get in the back. Okay. I want my flowers to just peep over the edge there. Don't you love this designer series paper? How it has this foil inlay in it. It's just so fun. Each paper has a little bit different design on it, but they all obviously coordinate, which makes it so easy. Okay, now I'm going to put the back on. And maybe I should have done that before I put the heart in there with the wobbler, but it's still very doable. It's all right. So this fits very nicely back here. And of course that liquid glue gives me a few minutes to fine-tune the measurements. Now this you can either use glue dots or liquid on. I like that. Since I have that out, I'm just gonna put that. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that just jazz up the back of the card? It's so personalized and fun. All right. And then for adhering the card, I like using the tear and tape. It's just about the dimension that you need, right? And of course we know it's going to stick really well. So I'm actually going to put it towards the edge though. It doesn't cover, you know, it's not a ½ inch wide, but that's okay. I am just going to cover the edge, the outer edge. And then, okay. Then I will trim that. I do have scissors for this. Am I using them? No, bad, Lisa. It's fixable. I just have to clean them with rubbing alcohol if they get too gummed up. But our paper snips are only $10. So I treat myself to a new one every now and then. Then I retire the old ones to, obviously, cut things like tear and tape. Okay. So, pretty easy, but with tear and tape, you have one shot. You know, you're not going to be able to, like, pry this up. So, the pressure... the pressure. Just get your tabs straight from the beginning. And if you are using white cardstock to do this, then put something colored behind it so you can see where the edges meet. Okay? Perfect. And then we're going to straighten this out and straighten this one out. And then they should come together. There's a little bit of a gap, but I'm going to fix that. it's kind of difficult to do what I just said when you have a heart with on a wobbler in there. So I am just going to do it like this. I think we might have a little bit of an imbalance in the measurements because of that heart in the middle, but it totally works. It still totally works. Okay. Again, just kind of. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Okay. Where can we put this bird? I think I'm going to put this bird over here because of the way the heart is facing. You know, I feel like it'll be too one-sided. And also the sentiments over there. So let's change this up just the tiniest bit. And get a glue dot for our Sahara Sand wing. Now, I really think when you're working with foiled papers, glue dots are the way to go because it doesn't absorb into the paper. So you almost always get a little bit of a mess. And of course, that shows in spades when you're working with foiled paper. We don't want that. No. And there. Oh my goodness, I have another diorama card to give away so fast. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, now I challenge you to go over and watch Amy's video if you haven't. It's fantastic. She is a demonstrator in Canada. She is a downline of Jen Houston. And make your own diorama card and please post them on my page. Show me what you're going to create. Inspire me. I need it, right? All right, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day. Hello, Amy. I'm so glad you're on. I'm casing you. And anyway, so everyone have a great day. And thank you, Linda. Love your stuff. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. I'm just looking really quickly here through the comments, but I will look at them after and see if you have any questions. Of course, I will answer them. Please keep that celebration in mind. I have several people already that have earned their way into the party, and there's room for many, many more because it's going to be on Zoom. Okay, everybody, have a fantastic day. I will see you again soon.